seems like with this Jax pick, the most likely pick you're going to get in terms of damage here to shore up what is a utility bottom lane here with a rocky front line is the Azir. You have good follow-up to the setup CC with the Ashe Arrow and the Sejuani. But now Liv Sandbox just like, well, if you want to play this great pick, well, I've already picked Akali, even though it's blind. Will Bulldog have the answer?
And Willer still has not taken his red buff. And this is something that you can do if you want to save your red buff for a time where you will be more effective with the red buff. If you take it earlier, you're using a lot of that damage on jungle camps, which can be nice for clearing a little bit faster. But if you take the red buff absolutely last, can be a somewhat greedy thing to do, but it does allow you a little bit more time to potentially affect your lanes with that buff.
Yeah. Youngjae comes over here, way up in the lane, Envy.
Oh, Kyle in a little bit of trouble. He is going to blow the flash. The flash comes in from Youngjae, though, as he's not quite able to get the kill. And here comes the counter gank now from the side of Willer, who does have double buff. He just picked up that red as now heal. Going to be used on the side of Kwangdong. And Youngjae doesn't have flash anymore, so first blood goes to the Caitlyn. And Envy's feeling pretty nice about this position. Unfortunate re-debut, you could say, in the first match against DK. Nobody's going to forget that one if you saw it. But ever since then, he's gotten a lot more aggressive, a lot more self-confidence, and I think that definitely comes down to himself and also the coaching staff supporting him through his hard times. So it's nice to see him in a position like this on the Caitlyn, just running straight into Jhin. Ashe looking for the plays as Taeyoon, they're trying to force his blast, but the root still comes down, and that is going to be another kill for the Caitlyn. And as Envy looking for a little bit more, even going to force the barrier from June. This bottom lane is pretty much over.
The gank timing here is perfect too, and Youngjae knows he can't actually compete with Willer at this stage. Youngjae taking a very nice pathing here all the way around, has 6 and flashback available.
Yeah, a little bit of an opportunity here. There is the arrow, and the flash in front! Kyle says no! And Envy still dies, but it was really cool!
Oh man!
Double kill.
Kyle, you know, he has this.
Taeyoon.
He has that, you know, colon slash face, you know, the sideways grimace here after that one because he made an incredible play. It didn't ultimately end up mattering.
Now, Willer is coming down here, but it might not matter as again, Kyle's gonna get in front, but this time he has to die for it as they're trying to get on top of Envy. But here is Willer looking for the follow-up as Envy will be dodging those as Willer does get in front, but the damage not quite enough. And he will get frozen and killed at the end of the trade.
And some heroic plays again. Ticks down Youngjae, but it's not going to actually amount to it. They do save Envy.
Oh, little trade here, big wave, but Dudu's just going forward, says he can't really get out. There's the stun, and there's Dudu getting a solo kill.
And Birdall, you can see it on his...
who opted into that one. You
can see it on his player cam. We've seen so many of these moments where Birdall almost does it right, and this is not an issue where he misplayed. He just miscalculated the damage there.
Excellent arrow.
Excellent arrow. It's the crossfire here because you could tell Envy and Kyle knew there was a possibility Sejuani's in there, but they actually didn't consider the angle from the arrow coming top side there. Willer flashes forward here for the knockup, but it's not enough to actually turn this one around, so he loses flash and does die. Birdall with the Narbar here in the Hyperproc feels like he's in a good spot here to actually take this, pushes him into the wall, but unfortunately Counter-Strike is going to be pretty good, and when he flashes here, he actually turns.
Totally fine. As an arrow straight into the Gnar, as under the turret, Dudu is looking for the kill. He's not going to get it, and down he will go. Baited in by the Ashe arrow.
So there are just no secrets.
Okay. Nice sidestep from Envy. Didn't have to use or do anything, really.
I mean, what is your angle here as Liv Sandbox? You're relying on Narbar.
Oh, no. Yeah, here comes the poke. And Envy not going to do the same for Kyle that Kyle did for him. And Envy also going to get poked out. And, you know, oftentimes when we have a lot of team fighting,
eliminates the Wukong flank. And it's just kind of a checkmate game as here we go.
They're trying to get on top of Youngjae as Youngjae trying to help out June. Very nice assault over the wall, but Envy's able to sneak in a little ace in the hole. There you go. They do get that one kill. Maybe this will be a little bit of...
You get a kill here, but what does it mean if you can't get anything from it?
Taeyoon, gotta be careful, buddy. This time he's got Gale Force to get out. As now we've got a teleport flank. Taeyoon is just dead, as the positioning was not good. They're in the mid lane. Big arrow into Kyle, but they don't really care about that. Another but certainly does give Kwangdong some edges with the vision control.
The Flame Horizon of Vision score here that June is picking up.
As now we're trying to get on top of Bulldog. Feels like the first time I've seen the Azir use buttons in this game, as Closer is going to get in there and kill him, but might be able to get out here. He gets a big heal and a big shield, and Closer went on an assassination mission and gets sniped by Taeyun. This time Kyle not able to get in front of that one. He was in front of him, but it like tipped his head or something.
They are rushing this down here before the Drake's
trying to get this as Kwangdong are getting in position. We do have Meganar actually at an important time now as in goes Youngjae. Nobody denies him, and this fight is so early from the side of Willer, and this time he gets it stolen away. Youngjae will go down in the end, but absolutely the better trade for Kwangdong.
This is so important for Kwangdong to secure right now, lest this game slipped out of their fingers.
Bulldog trying to poke away. You see Meganar is in here. Bertle's trying to do something, but he just immediately gets pushed away as, yes, the Infernal Drake will go the way of Liv Sandbox. As now Kyle gonna get sniped out of vision. A nice shot from Taeyun, but it is Liv Sandbox stopping the Infernal Soul. And that might mean the end of the push. They might try to get the last little bit here with this last push, as Willer's got a great angle, able to get behind Youngjae, flashes on top of Taeyun, even has a stopwatch, as that should be enough to keep him alive, as now the sweep just misses everything. And Bulldog now is in a terrible spot. Down he will go. And the push maybe went on for a couple seconds too long. Liv Sandbox still trying to use their Caitlyn. Envy doing a good job.
And there's a huge wave bottom, and Dudu has teleport, so Liv Sandbox have to be scared about Baron trades and also that Jax just teleporting in and ending the game. So if they get caught here on backs by June, it's disastrous. So Bertle has to go back. They should be able to identify this, and now they're just going to start up the Baron. And like I said, if you're the one on Soul Point, you can't afford to do these trades.
Yeah, they're definitely going to try to push in with the Baron and try to end the game before the Infernal Soul comes up. That will definitely make it worth it. Envy in a very bad spot, but he does have the stopwatch. No flash in this case, but still is enough. Look at the poke damage now that's coming out from the Jhin, from the Azir, and they are going to take down all of these inhibitors.
This composition from Kwangdong Freaks just had such a clear identity, and it was utilized so well.
All right, here comes Closer. He's trying to do it all by himself as he takes an incredible amount of damage, and in goes Bulldog, just going to take him out. This should be the end of the game as Dudu is just terrorizing people in the backside as well, as he's got that turret on him, but he does not care. Down will go the Nexus. Kwangdong able to push in and end at 37 minutes.
But overall, this was a very clean game from Kwangdong Freaks, and this team just suddenly seems like it's very unlocked now that June has joined the roster, as we've seen. But he's going to pick it up regardless here, so you're looking at, right now, as Liv Sandbox, a little bit of pressure topside with the Jace into the Gnar. Can be a very strong matchup there. Azir early prio into the Akali. And then what you're hoping is going to be a lane that's controlled by Caitlyn Lux on the bottom side here for Liv Sandbox. But as Youngjae showed us in the previous game, doesn't always go that way. You've really got to be careful about where your vision is set up, and even a ward in the tri-brush or on the river brush.
Although it does look like, with a little bit of a push in mid, perhaps they want to go for an early Drake, or at least some early pressure into the enemy jungle.
I think this is wise.
Okay, they're going to Twisted Advances. Now they're trying to get the damage onto a Sejuani. That's not what you want to see, as Youngjae is just dead. Bulldog is going in 1v4. Yeah, that was...
That was very forced, let's say, and a really nice punish.
Extremely forced.
A really nice punish from Liv Sandbox, and you know you have a lot of resistances to breakthrough on this Aftershock Sid, and really not too significant at this point in time. Youngjae is really trying to fish for an angle here. If he gets his, ult off here, sets up a play, he doesn't have flash, maybe you could find it.
I mean, Closer saw him. I'm not sure why he's still here. He's going to sweep them away, but in goes Bulldog. He's looking for the kill under the turret. One more auto will do it. Closer, maybe just thinking he would have enough to get away, but it was certainly not enough. Trying to get stuff out of Closer early and fight for vision, as now they're going to go all in onto the Sejuani, but Youngjae is all alone in there, and down he will go. Gets a bit of damage on the Kyle, but yeah, that's just going to be Liv Sandbox forcefully taking the fight, taking down Youngjae. They will, I suppose, a little bit unlucky for Liv Sandbox, as they are going to take down this Rift Herald. Do see that Kwangdong are kind of grouping up for this one, considering getting on in there, as Dudu is no longer with us. Down he will go, and Bertle just gets a free solo kill, essentially. very nicely done, as Dudu, not respecting that, did not even flash.
Closer has flash and ult too, and he was actually setting up potentially a trap there on the other side of the fight. This is just extremely one-sided here. And this low state feels so advantageous for Live Sandbox. And
are they going to try to kill Burst? Harry? No. Okay. Just getting worried there. June was like running down to the bottom side.
The second they show like that, they're just going to push mid.
Chains of Corruption come through. Nothing is hitting for the side of Kwangdong. Live Sandbox will respect it though. They're going to back away and just throw out a Maokai ultimate. A bunch of ultimates being thrown through. The laser into Youngjae's face doesn't really matter for him. He's got a Warmox, but take a look at what's happening. Meanwhile, Bertle's just getting free stuff down on the bottom side. Bulldog's like, maybe I can trade with you.
Nope.
No.
The answer is no.
You can't, actually. Well, it looks like Live Sandbox might just be a little bit late to the party as the ult comes in onto Willer, as now Meganar in the front is just going to be burned down 100-0. That is a Fed Jace and an Azir with Leandries.
Yep.
So he's just dead.
This could be a Baron angle, because we are getting to the point where this damage is real. You got a Leandries Azir. Clear this vision real quick. You know that you got that pick onto Dudu. He has TP, but he's not going to have an R-bar, so just force this one down. You can win a fight here if you can turn, and you have the choke point control with control ward here. Caitlyn traps. Good luck, Kwangdong Freaks.
Yeah, the zone control is insane, and they do flash away from the Emperor's Divide. I think the Live Sandbox could have just gone for this, but they're scared about the flip. They don't want Youngjae to steal it away again. That might actually be a good call. They don't know exactly where he is. They're trying to zone him away while also hitting the Baron. Definitely a risky call, as now Envy's over the wall. He's so low, as now they're in the pit. They get on in there, and Maokai's going to be the one that takes the Baron. So Live Sandbox thanking their lucky stars, I guess, as Willer will be forced to flash out of this one. Not 100% sure, but it's what it looked like to me on second watch.
A little bit of a potential for the Forest to kind of help steal that one away, too, in this type of draft of this composition.
Yeah.
As we've seen Gumayusi do on many occasions. This is where you have insane poke and a really long leash with the Maokai ultimate that Kwangdong Freaks have to respect. If they try to flank, if they try to actually collapse here, Maokai ult comes out. If you do nothing, here it comes.
There's the Maokai ult. They do not commit to the dive, as in goes Taeyun. Really trying to force this fight, actually, just straight up. They are going to get a lot of damage, and Envy as down goes to Caitlyn again. And Bertle is alone in the front line. He does insane amounts of damage, but they will shut him down. I don't know. Maybe D plus is okay at the D. Youngjae in a little bit of trouble, as he is very tanky, but it doesn't matter. He's just going to get swept up again. Feels like I've seen this before.
Yeah, Closer just hates this Sejuani, man.
Yeah.
You feel safe. You're like, well, they're not going to look for this because they'll lose a lot of utility in the team fight. Nope. No jungler, no steal available. And unfortunately for Kwangdong Freaks, they set up that vision. They went for a back timing. And then we're not in position for this at all. Had to fight through the choke point and just, that's it. Sejuani's deleted. Bulldog was off on the side.
Is it going to be enough? He does have some pretty insane assassination potential. This is Meganar as well. They're looking for Closer, who just flashed, as now he's going to be dogpiled here on the bottom side. They will be able to get this Azir, as in goes Bertle, who just destroys the Varus and knocks Youngjae in, as Bertle says, nuh-uh, we are not losing this game, not like this.
Great play from Bertle.
Bulldog will go back just to his doom, and now they're TPing into mid. It looks like Live Sandbox want to end this game.
Looks like we're going to a game 3 here, Valdez. Favorites Live Sandbox dropping the ball a little bit in the early parts of game 1. The oppressive vision letting the Ashe through, but going into game 2 with a little bit more of a standard draft here. Second game for Kyle on the Lux. They're going to pick up the W. So much damage here on this Jace that even though you pick off the Azir, he buys enough time, and Bertle, level 18, swings around.
Well, that's just not fair. June's going to be 100-0'd as Willer just pressed a twisted advance button. Dudu might be able to take him down, and that he does, but the team that's taking down the Nexus is Live Sandbox. They will take game number 2.
Look at the damage here on Bertle.
Looks like game 1 just for the other team, as I guess Red Side is having some fun today. And yeah, it really was the Bertle show. Like, Closer had some moments, for sure, with some of his pickoffs onto Youngjae, but again, it does feel like both teams are struggling a little bit in terms of communication and when to go in as a team still.
It's not a free win by any means, and there's still a lot of power in the mid game in this draft here for Live Sandbox if the Narbar can be managed correctly. but it's a tough matchup to play into Cassante if you make even one mistake in sides or in the early game. Can get ganked, and Youngjae is going to be putting most of his focus, you have to imagine, on the top side here outside of an early protection of the Zeri Lulu, because the Illusion Nami is always going to have that pushing power. It is going to be cleanse for Zeri, heal for the Lulu, so no barrier, kind of already letting us know that this is not going to be their attempt to try to win this lane early and look for the early all-in. Much tougher to pull off with this set, so over here, be an interesting timing to try to threaten this Azir. It does scan this river.
Wow, they're really trying to get the splash out early from closer, and that they will. And now your Azir, who, you know, by the time the next gank comes through, you'll probably be level 6, but so will Bulldog, and he'll have flash. As, okay, they're just trying to follow up here. I mean, this is an incredible amount of pressure onto the mid laner of Liv Sandbox, who is probably going to have to back now.
Yeah.
I mean,
something's not right. Did Viego flash a wall or something? Like,
yeah.
This is too easy.
It looked too good to be true. Speaking of which, Dudu looks like a pretty easy target, although Willer is really struggling with the angle, and now I think he's too late. They're going to get the ghost if he had just coming from behind, and that's going to be really nice for Youngjae to try to put on some pressure. You could see the bottom lane still in the same situation. Willer's just literally standing here. As the culling comes out, not very effective, but it does zone them.
Still late Maokai ult here.
It's going to come through into Wild Growth. June just going to flash over it, and they're trying to turn this onto Kyle now, who did take a lot of damage, and they have some vision of that brush, but they say, well, we survived the gank. That's good enough, as now trying to get over the wall is Dudu, and Bertle's just going to flash it. But we've liked him a lot more on stuff like Silas and Akali, but not this time.
He's a very similar player to Zeka, where you're like, okay, you don't hate the Azir, but
Ooh, now he's getting pushed under the turret. Really nice divide, but now you've kind of made yourself on parity in health with Bulldog, who has his teleport and will have the rod.
Yeah.
Messing up the unstoppable as here comes Bulldog now.
Yeah, this is really well hidden too.
It's not really a wave, and it's going to get cleared out pretty nicely here, but this is Mini-Gnar. Might not matter, as they might just go for a plain dive, as no flash is available, and yep, over the wall they go! And Bertle should be going down here in just a moment, right? Right? Okay, in goes Dudu. He is going to pick up the kill, as First Blood goes to the Cassante at 12.5 minutes.
This will cause Bulldog to drop a wave here in mid.
Sure. So we are getting on top of Gnar here. Bertle in a bit of trouble. Is the damage enough is the question. The Heartbreaker comes through, but it's Mega-Gnar right at that timing, as it looks like Youngjae will go down. They do get the kill, and Bertle's just... he's very relieved, I should say.
Yeah, he's very animated about this, but I think he should be happy with how he handled that. And anywhere close to being ready to fight. Our Silas has a rod, but it's not stacked up. Yeah. So some respect will be shown.
And it's, you know, it shows the gold ahead for them, but a lot of that gold is in the top lane. And Dudu's going to have to go carry Cassante, I guess, as the timing of this unfortunate for the Kwangdong Freaks boys, but very nice for Bertle, who is able to convert at least the one kill after getting dove.
미안.
I'm sorry, guys.
진짜 태영아.
so sorry. And he actually, despite playing that really well defensively, was way too far out beforehand. You could see in the replay, so that's why I think he's more frustrated about rather than turning the kill back. But yeah, he knows he overextended and leads to a kill here, just not showing the respect needed when Youngjae is missing.
That'll be good for starting up fights anyway.
Dudu coming down with Ghost here.
Culling.
Much damage.
There's some pretty relevant damage as it stands now. Lulu not a lot of sustain compared to some of the other enchanted supports.
I mean, Leandri's too on top of this. Kwangdong Freaks in trouble. Need to get out of here. This should be the Drake going over. Now you have to fight your way through this choke point, or somehow get Dudu in here with this Cassante. I mean, look at the damage.
Buzz is doing a really good job of just saying, you guys can't touch me. And, okay, that is the Maokai ultimate stolen and put through, but immediately there's way too much from Closer, and they do avoid that very nicely, but they still can't take down the Azir. They finally do, as he did go extremely far, and there was no follow-up from the rest of the team. Dudu is looking for a bit more, but this is Mega-Gnar right now, and he is alone, dashes straight into a bubble. He is Cassante, so he's still going forward somehow. As Bulldog alone, and it's only a matter of time, I guess, right? Maybe? Okay, down he will go. God, that champ is very interesting. And he will get out.
Interesting is the caster word we use. It's our caster safe word.
Yeah. As Kyle's going to face check a brush, and he will have to flash away. Was it an elaborate bait all alone? Looks like it. As down will go the Zeri.
Their damage Their damage dealer has to be the one who actually punishes, so he puts himself in range of an Emperor's Divide, and that should be another turret going down here in mid. And Birdall having a good time in the side lane right now too, just kind of over here, untouched.
This is so incredibly scary and risky right now. Kwangdong are going to be looking for the turn, but massive tidal wave into Maokai ultimate, and everybody's just taking huge amounts of damage. I mean, Birdall's not even near as Bulldog is looking for the Maokai. As in we go, that's the real one from the Azir, as Closer's able to put them all down and get some insane damage done. Now Birdall TP's back into the fight to get into this one. The Zeri threatening. Dudu is incredibly tanky, and Bulldog is not. He has to Zhonya's, he has to get Wild Growth. That is a couple of big pieces now of the puzzle that are gone.
Layered them together too, and he has Flash Gnar, but he's just too low.
Youngjae just getting zoned away. Fantastic job by Birdall, in perfect position to zone them with his body and with his Gnar ultimate. That is going to be 2 kills. This Liv Sandbox a very safe Baron take.
And this guarantees Elder. It's up in 45 seconds here. TP, though, into mid, and I think they would just want to push their advantage down to Inhibitor at least first. They may be able just to end the game here. Bulldog's not up for 40. Late Death really hurting him here. All these minions and all the damage they have, it's pretty crazy. I think they're just going to push to end. If anything goes wrong, though, you've got that Elder to fall back on.
Yeah.
Looks like it's all said and done.
Closer is so incredibly strong right now that even Dudu cannot tank against this, as Tatum's just going to get hit by a Maokai ultimate. This game is pretty much done and dusted as Birdall gets pulled back by the Cassante, who unfortunately got fed, and I mean, he's on top of Closer. He's going to take down Closer, but a little bit too little too late. Just going to get walloped, and then the Nexus will also get walloped as down it goes. Liv Sandbox take the series 2-1.
Forced to back, but he just still came back in swinging. Look at the difference in impact he made this game versus Bulldog. Bulldog just farmed a rod, and then that was the end of it. That's not the 6.9 you're going to give a nice to. You know,
this is 3 games in a row where the winning team has a huge boatload of damage, and then the losing team just has like nothing.
It's
great. Yeah.
This should have been banned.
This feels pretty obvious. Well, instead of banning anything, they just decided not to ban.
Yeah, because Ryze here is still good, but to me, Ryze is not nearly as oppressive as the Cassin will be. And Kwangdong have a draft that really starts to become very powerful. You have some okay 6 spikes, but when looking at Kwangdong, they're not going to be that speedy if Nongshim don't give the opportunity to. And there is a Cassin waiting on the other end.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you guys were invited as well.
Yeah, well, you were the one who knew.
Yeah.
Anything stand out here? A couple first strikes there on the side of Kwangdong. And Sylvie's sticking around. I think he's going to get some good information that Youngjae could be on the top of the map here, as June just going to flash away. Level 6 for Sylvie hit, as Dundun not able to avoid this, though, as trying to go in with the riposte was Dudu, but not going to hit it. But Dundun already used his flash, and that was not quite in the right direction. So first blood goes over to Youngjae on the Maokai.
And mistake from Dundun there. If your bot side is pushing very hard and you're vising the enemy jungle and you're not seeing the Maokai, he's going to still try and go for this. They are a member up, so
yeah.
See Fiesta and Sylvie. Okay, they're
going.
They're
gonna ult on the Bulldog. This is under the turret, but Bulldog is so low, he's gonna hit Sylvie in, but I think Sylvie lives. And yes, he will. So they get the kill onto the Azir, but the Rift Herald did go for free to Youngjae. But still a nice kill to Nongshim at least.
Look, we just have both.
Hold
up.
In a little bit of trouble here, as he is just getting zeried right now. Now he has his Nami, though. Taeun is going to pop the barrier for now, as a lot of pressure around this dragon. Taeun's doing a good job of poking away already, as Youngjae going to throw out the ultimate. They're trying to get on top of Azir, as it's smited away by Youngjae, and the Wild Growth gets so much value onto Bulldog. Let's see if they can go on to Fiesta and Sylvie here, though, as Fiesta did get polymorphed, but he will be able to flash on out, so... he's able to get out. Nicely done, June. It's kind of okay,
I guess.
I don't really know what else to say. I have nothing nice to say. As here we go, the ult comes through and everybody's zoned. Even Peter is going to flash away, as they don't even think they can get out. The flash underneath the tidal wave, as we see Youngjae is taking names, and he is tanky. Keep in mind, they just got the Mountain Drake, so Youngjae's even tankier. As Dundun will get the kill, as I'm not sure about that divide, but it might not matter. As Dundun now on the run.
Wait!
He's even gonna flash on in and gets counter-striked and gets a bajillion shields, so he's totally fine. And now, Zeri and Desir are both fed alongside of the Fiora, and they got the Mountain Drake.
And it's not a safe mission, Valdez. This is one of those missions they make movies about.
He's level 16. I mean, there is a chance that he just jumps over everything that Bulldog has, and maybe he can just kill him.
Needs to start.
Yep. He's gonna. Oh, okay, the soldier's in the brush. I'm not sure that's gonna help Bulldog though. Fiesta going in on this one. That's the shuffle. As Fiesta gonna miss his E, but still going in. The stopwatch burned, and nobody's here to help him. Bulldog just gonna die. Even flashes. Has no way to get out of that. And now Fiesta's gonna bring the Maokai in. They have a way to turn this potentially. The Maokai getting a lot of value here. As Vital now gonna turn on to Tatum.
Oh my god!
Gonna get counter-striked, and immediately down goes the Zeri. And now Dundun's on the chase here. You can see the rest of Nongshim looking for more. As you never know. You never know when the game is over.
Say what you want about Nongshim, but they're tenacious. This is how this team made a miracle run 2 times in Challengers playoffs. Oh, I don't think they can get it in time.
Yeah, I don't think so. This is on Vision too. I think Youngjae maybe can go for a steal, but he doesn't have Flash. Okay, they're just trying to poke it out though. Dundun a little bit low, taking a lot of damage from the saplings. Look at Youngjae, he's like a massive balloon as he will get wild growth, and you do see Dundun, or rather Dudu going in, looking for all the kills in the backline. They're all still so low. And Vital even is going to get chunked out here. Kwangdong Freaks, they have turned this around.
It's the turnaround after the turnaround. Never mind, we are back in Challengers.
It's the 360 no-scope.
They didn't see it coming. They had no idea. And now I guess the game is over? Or are they just gonna...
They're gonna go for the end. Or at least the inhibitor.
They're gonna get inhib. We're still relatively...
No, they're gonna end. They're gonna end.
They're gonna try?
Yeah.
I think they can. They're still... The bounty's dropped. That's nice.
I think they got this. I think Kwangdong have the way in. Baron buff here for Sylvie, but immediately just trying to buy time as much as possible, but he will get swept up as a couple of ultimates are used, but the death timers are too long. Kwangdong Freaks with the turnaround of the turnaround. Turn this game into a game number 1 victory for the Kwangdong Freaks in this game.
Yeah, Dudu and Youngjae, to me, the big heroes between the two. I would love to see a split vote. I think the value of the Maokai, very obvious. But also have to give a shout out to Dudu here. His side laning, impeccable from start to finish. And his play.
Oh, he's laughing. What does it mean?
It's Brom.
No, it's Brandt. Oh.
Close. We got the first letter right. And the second one.
And the third
one! Oh, look at us go.
Wow. And then you turn. Overall, I think my reaction was appropriate.
Who's dancing better?
I don't think it's possible for Sion to lose.
No. Bit of emoting as well.
Yeah, because I think Dudu used the Q but didn't hit him.
Oh! Oh!
Oh!
미니언들이 생성되었습니다.
The whole crowd gasped.
Loses their mind. Unbelievable.
How could you?
Can we get...
We're gonna have to wait on that one. Bulldog's probably gonna have to flash here, or he might just decide to take an immense amount of damage and try to walk it out. As, you know what? It works. He actually just walks away. They do not have enough here at level 3. Fiesta level 2.
Wow. Good for you, Bulldog. Very cognizant.
Okay, well, we do have an engage here as concussive blows onto Peter. He is a Nautilus, though. Here comes Youngjae trying to get on in there. The E forward from Taden really trying to force out a flash, but nobody is going to bite the bait on the side of Nongshim's bottom lane as we have a fight now as Bulldog goes back in. I don't think that was on purpose, as maybe the soldiers a little bit too close together, and he'll have to flash this time.
Don't listen to the voices that tell you of ages.
Okay.
Oh, they're going to contest.
Level 4 might be able to get a smite in, but nope, it is going to go the way of Sylvie as, okay, Bulldog is gone. just going to be 2v1, as now they're 2v1ing Vital on the bottom side, at least able to trade a kill back as Kwangdong, but the early Infernal Drake goes the way of Notion.
Early Infernal Drake, very valuable. We also have the Mountain to come through. No,
Doo-doo?
Okay. We don't have mana, and this is a Cassante. I was... Hawkmaw as like the tank shredder?
Well, actually, no, I don't know. Maybe he would just die.
Vayne with Cleanse?
All right, here's Sylvie. There's another combo, but this is Silas, as kind of everything misses, but Youngjae still has his ult. Fiesta gonna throw one out of his own, but the soldiers come forward and pick up the kills, so Bulldog finally able to get on the board.
Nicely done. Good gank by Youngjae there.
I mean, there are 3 people here. Bulldog, no teleport. Decent amount of damage here from the Aphelios. Can they actually kill Dudu? And they just don't. Okay, now they're going to go for it, but this goes unstoppable. Tons of chakrams are out, but Sylvie just going to be isolated on the backside as here comes Vital. But Dudu just able to get out of that one. As now Sylvie is going to be forced to flash onto the plant as Ezreal is coming through. I don't think it should do too much.
At this point in time, 5v5 going to come through here. Remember, engage for Nongshim is amazing, but Kwangdong can kite back, catch them off guard.
It's pretty good for both sides as well. Even, you know, with the Cassante, the Azir, the Sejuani. See some angles here for Kwangdong as they go straight to the Braum, but a big knock-up as everybody's getting into the pile. June gonna go into that stopwatch. He has to flash away as he goes to Maokai to his death. Trades it for the support. And now a knockup on a Vital as Ingo's Fiesta 1v4. A very broken up fight as Kwangdong are trying to fight this one on the backside as Vital goes forward, gonna pick up the Ezreal, but gives his life for it. And Bulldog is still alive, so he's just going to be able to kite that one out and deal the damage, tons of damage here for Vital, but still not a fight win to the side of Nongshim.
A lot of emotions in that fight, Valdez. I didn't like it, and then I liked it, and then I liked it even less.
Well, okay. We're going to see Peter deciding he wants to go. I suppose he gave... Oh, maybe Fiesta as well?
For the next fight, around the Drake, which is very important, but instead... they overforce.
Dundun is on the move. I repeat, Dundun is on the move. He is trying to get this engage going. But again, the Braum just stands tall with the door, and Dundun was alone. There's no follow-up here. Vital's trying to auto. As now Fiesta getting on in. He's got his own Braum ultimate, but still, again, very tanky on the side of Kwangdong.
Oh, look, it's even here.
Yeah. So 5v4 and Nongshim not really able to get what they want. They take a huge amount of damage. Now Kwangdong in a very comfortable spot. As again, they're trying to go in onto the Cassante. Can they burst him down? The answer is no, as in comes Dune with the door up. The damage here out of Taeyeon is huge. And again, Bulldog is still not here. He's still in the bottom lane.
Oh.
They're trying to set up this fight here, but it's not really working. Peter, though, is taking the brunt of the autos, and now the flank comes in. Bulldog, a massive ult, and he gets onto the front line away from all the threats that he just pushed away. Excellently done as they try to get into the backline, and Bulldog just says no. Kwangdong just going to outplay them here in this one. As Vital and Fiesta never able to get in, and now a triple kill for Taeyeon as they will look towards the Baron after that big fight.
But seeing Kwangdong actually execute it is so cool.
Well, Fiesta looks like he's dead now. He was split pushing bottom side, and unfortunately for his sake, he is dead. But that is a 5th kill for Taeyeon.
Well, where's... Oh.
They can see you. They know.
Where are you... Where... Oh. Where are you going?
It's not a good time for Nongshim.
Well, it was a little bit of a Fiesta, you know, a solo Fiesta.
Okay, fellas, I have more pressing questions.
Is this game just over? I mean, Thunder is going to push and win?
It's done. Yeah. It's even if they don't end this push, which I don't think they will, you're looking at Soul Point and their 10k gold behind. They have 1 damage team. Like it's done. Veldus, who do we vote for? Because I'm leaning
Dudu.
Well, I'm leaning Braum.
Braum held the door. I mean, he did that very well. So that's what you could say. We do have a team fight here, but now Taeyeon is massively fed. Bulldog has the Andres. Say what you want about his item build, it doesn't matter anymore. He is shredding through the Magic Pen in a big way. As, okay, we got some Aphelios action. You see Vitals trying to get in there as very nice stolen Emperor's Divide, but it does not matter. The wallets are too heavy, and Kwangdong will make quick work of Nongshim in game number 2, as they have the Baron buff still, and they will push for the end.
Teleport about to come through here, and what a stomp, Veldus!
Yeah,
But not even 24 minutes.
They Goomba stomped them without Tristana in this game. Bulldog just playing the Azir, and he's stomping them just as well. Very one-sided game for the second one. Kwangdong, not quite his level in his mind. He's like, no, I'm better than this. And he didn't satisfy that level today in his